All right, I'm with Robert Kelly, former BFA quarterback, kicker, punter. He pretty much did it all. It had to do with the ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's on his way to UNH in about a week?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to it a lot, actually. Pretty excited to go on to the next chapter of my life and not leave everything behind, but just start something new.
Sure. All right, let's talk about that something new. So what sparked your interest in UNH? Was it a location or?
The recruiting process was kind of iffy for the longest time until some coaches have gotten a hold of me, and then out of all the colleges that had interest in me, UNH had the most to offer academically and on the football field. And I think it really clicked when I went there for my official visit. They were all very welcoming and supportive with everything and really convinced me to go there. So.
No, it's great to hear that you're thinking, the first words out of your mouth were academically, and that's what we always want to hear from a student athlete. Coach has been there, I think, for 17 years or so. Did you get to meet him and talk with him?
Yes.
How's he?
He's a great guy, actually. Yeah. A lot to look forward to with him, and he seems like he's got everything going well over there with 11 straight playoff appearances. So that's another big recruiting deal with that. So.
Yeah, going to a team that's seen some recent success as well. 12-2 last year. I mean, how do you feel going to a team that's been that dominant, I guess, for that amount of time?
I guess. Over anything, that's how they do their recruiting. Like, if they're number one team ranked in the nation for most of the year, they're going to get a lot of kids coming in. I feel pretty great about it, being part of such a great program. So.
And that must say something about you as well, that they wanted you, they recruited you to go to a team like that that's been so dominant.
I'm very humbled and very honored that I get to go to such a great team like that. So.
Great. So I've checked out their roster, and if you want to, you can go to the University of New Hampshire and check out their roster. You got 5 kickers, including yourself.
Yeah.
What does that say about the hard work you're going to have to put in?
It says everyone's got to work for their job, and just because I was recruited and other kickers are walk-ons doesn't mean anything. I still got to work for my job, and nothing's handed to you. That's just how it is in life. So.
Now, you did punting and kicking for BFA.
Yes.
What does it mean to you to finally drop the quarterback role? You're going to miss it, or is it, okay, now I can finally focus on something I have a passion for in kicking?
I'm definitely going to miss it. I'm definitely going to miss playing quarterback with my teammates, but I can definitely now focus on kicking and punting and put all my time towards that, other than having to worry about quarterbacking and learning how to diagnose a defense and everything like that. So it's going to be less stressful for sure.
Okay. So I saw on UNH, and looking through their box scores and stuff like that, they didn't kick a lot last year. In fact, it didn't seem like they kicked enough. So, I mean, what would you be able to bring to the table if you want to go in there as a kicker? I'm here to kick for you, Coach.
Yeah.
What do you kind of say to or do?
I'm hoping to open the limits when it comes to as soon as you cross the 50-yard line of where you can get your field goals. So I've got a pretty good range, and I've got that to offer. And it's got to work on a bunch of other things, and like accuracy, that's a big one. But I mean, I've got a lot to offer. So.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that range. I mean, this is the one thing that everyone talked about. This is not to down anything you've ever done in your high school career, but the second you made this kick, it was all over the internet, everywhere. 57 yards against, I think it was St. Johnsbury earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through any of that? We're going to show a little video as we're talking right now of that actual kick because we happen to be there.
Okay. I mean, I was just glad to have the opportunity, because first you have to have the opportunity to kick something like that. I threw an incomplete pass on a 3rd down and had to kick a field goal in the next down, and Coach Murray gave me the go. So I was pretty psyched. I didn't even know how long the kick was. I thought it was like 47 yards at first. And I just kicked it, and I felt great about it. And I didn't realize till after the game it was actually a 57-yard field goal. Yeah,
which I think they're calling a state record, at least unofficial, whatever you want to call it, state record. What does it say about your coach at the time, Coach Murray, that he gave you that opportunity? He's like, we're 57 yards away for a field goal. Let's throw Robert Kelly in there and see what he can do.
I mean, I kicked in front of him in practice like all week long, and he gets to see that. And after the 52-yard field goal last year, I think he's built a lot of trust and confidence in me. And that's something great to have with your coach, obviously, if you're a kicker, because that's something every kicker looks for, is the confidence that their coach has in them. So I was very honored to have him as a coach for 3 years on varsity kicking at BFA.
So you did 3 years on varsity. So your freshman year, you were on freshman team, and then from sophomore on, you were just kicking for varsity.
Sophomore, I played quarterback for JV and then kicked and punted for varsity.
Okay, great. So 57 yards. I mean, you said you also kicked a 52-yard field goal. Some NFL kickers have trouble with that. So, I mean, what does that say about, I guess, your ability to be able to do something like that?
I mean, it says I've got a big leg, But at the end of the day, there's still so much more to work on, and I'm so young, and I'm still developing. A lot of NFL kickers have a lot of different talents, and I mean, I know they can kick 70-yard field goals in practice. Some of them have great accuracy, and some of them have strong legs. But everyone's got different things when it comes to kicking. So
it's the situation, I guess.
It's the situation as well.
Okay.
So
are you more of a line drive type of kicker, or are you trying to like chip it up like a like if you're in golf?
When you're kicking into the 60s and 70-yard field goals, you kind of got to do more of a line drive and lose a little technique when you're doing stuff like that. But anything within 50 and anything on from that, it's just normal technique, normal height. That's what you're trying to get.
I could only assume that the record you had, I'm watching it over again, and I mean we're actually kind of standing where the ball kind of landed in the field. It looked as if you wanted to, it could have went like 65, 70 yards. I mean, at least hit the goalpost at that point.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. So I can only assume that you had no one in front of you if you were to hit it on that kind of a line.
Yeah.
That no one had their hand up or something like that. It's just, it's situationally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You credit your teammates for it.
Yeah, I had great blocking on that, and my best friend was my snapper for 3 years. So
great, that's perfect.
We worked out pretty well, and my holder and I have been friends forever too, and Anthony. So we've all been together, and we've had something going there for quite a while. So
nice. Well, so I mean, you're going to UNH for 4 years. That's the plan?
Yes.
Or short-term plan?
Yes.
Gaskowski for the Patriots just signed a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after that 4-year deal's over, they're going to need a kicker. So, I mean, is that the route? Is that the dream?
I'm not sure if it's with the Patriots. I'm not sure if it's with any NFL team.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's the dream. But there are a lot of kickers that got spots locked up on their teams. But I'm willing to do anything it takes, whether it's Canadian football, arena football, whatever it takes to get to the NFL. So
that's kind of what I'm getting at is your dream to, I wanted to go to college and play some football while I'm here, or kind of do both and maybe see where this leg takes me.
My goal is to go in the NFL. I mean, that's every kid's goal, is to go in the NFL, and now I get the opportunity to go in the next step, which not every kid gets the opportunity to go in the next step, so I'm very honored to have that opportunity. Any
words of advice you can give to the younger athletes or even the freshmen that are going into BFA this year that, work hard and you can achieve your dreams of being able to play at the collegiate level and then maybe even, at the professional level?
It's all in the off season and how hard you work in the off season when people aren't looking, because people aren't going to see how much other people are doing. When there's nobody in the stands, no one's not going to see you out here working, no one's going to see how you're kicking, no one's going to see you in the gym working out. So it's all about off-season hard work, because that's really where it gets you. And you got to focus academically, because if I could go back, I would have tried harder in school since my freshman year, because academics do come first. And now that I'm maturing, I do realize that academics are a big part of your life. So.
Oh, that's great to hear. So we're actually interrupted, Robert. He's going to be kicking some field goals here, and he's going to kind of show us his routine and maybe even show me how to kick one, because I've never kicked a field goal before in my life, and something I always dreamed about doing. So maybe we can work that out?
Yeah.
All right, let's go do that. Walk me through the motions. You see it all the time on TV. It's the step, the step, the step. But then I see this at the end. Is this a relaxing thing?
Like getting your weight forward kind of thing.
Okay.
Making sure your shoulders are on top of you, I guess. And it gets you mentally prepared as well. It's just kind of thing a lot of guys do.
I've seen that, absolutely.
Yeah.
In the NFL, you see a lot of them. They're just like, okay.
Yeah.
Are they flexing? Are they just getting ready?
No, a lot of guys do it just to get some weight forward and balanced, I guess. I mean, I do it for the same reason. Maybe tense up a little bit.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see we'll do your thing, and if you want to walk us through, you can too.
So some kickers take 3 steps back. I like to take 2 steps back and 2 steps over. But on my second step, I kind of drag my right foot, which compensates for the third step. 1, 2, and I drag it a little bit. 2 over. And then the shoulder thing.
right now Robert's kicking what is basically an extra point, but because it's practice, he's putting a little more oomph on it. Just a little. So this is the fence at BFA on the northern end zone, and that's the football that Robert Kelly just hit over the fence from probably about 30 yards out. We've seen Robert kick a couple field goals, been catching them over the end zone, over the uprights. Now he's going to teach me how to do one. Never done one before, so Robert, take me through it.
You're going to start off by taking 2 steps back, and don't feel like you have to have too much technique involved since it's your first time. Then you're 2 steps over, just to the point where you feel comfortable, where you're not too far away from the ball. Take your first jab step with your left foot, then you come around with your right, and then your plant foot's next. It should be even with the ball.
Okay.
And then come straight through.
Now you do a sweeping motion.
I do a sweeping motion like the same playing golf.
Okay.
I do similar to hitting a golf ball, very similar actually.
Gotcha. But for someone beginner,
For someone beginner, I would suggest coming straight through.
Straight through. Okay. All right, let's see if I can do. Okay. So back here, take a step with my left.
Yep.
And a right. And the Robert Kelly toe drag. Infamous. A couple steps over. Flex it out. What number were you? 12. Flex it out like 12. Take a quick step and then go?
Yeah.
Okay.
First try.
First try. Robert Kelly teaching me how to kick a field goal. Going to UNH. Plan is 4 years and then play in the pros. But first, get that college degree.
Yep.
Robert Kelly, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.